What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to another video on the channel, guys. In this video we're speaking about how to overcome your addictions in order to essentially live a better life. And that is a pretty relevant topic in today's world, because in this modern society we get stimulated by a lot of things. That is like the highest dopamine state that the world has ever been into. And the purpose of some of the biggest companies is actually this: to get us addicted to their product, to their website, so we can just come back for more and more, and therefore get them more revenue, more income. And I'm talking about the social media giants and all of them, the porn industry, the porn websites, as well as sugar, tobacco or cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, and all of that mainstream addictions. And not even mainstream, but it could be something like, some people get addicted to a certain person, which is as bad as the other addictions. So to bring it full circle, addictions are a bad thing. And I don't want to sound like a boomer and just tell you don't do the bad things because you're going to struggle. It's not about that. It's not about not doing them. It's about doing them in moderation. I believe everything is good in moderation, but just do these things occasionally when you really want to. And addiction is when you just can't control yourself and you want to do them all the time, and they kind of control you. So there's this quote, if you don't control your habits end up controlling you. And that is pretty bad, guys. The addictions are really bad, and I believe these bad habits, these addictions, will ruin your life in the long run, which is something that we obviously don't want. And another interesting thing is that people know about these addictions, they know how bad they are, but they still can't help themselves. So that is like the purest explanation of addictions, when the addiction controls your life. And how to beat that, that is the purpose of today's video, to give you an example or a solution or a tip how to beat your addiction. And that is pretty easy, guys, and it's pretty effective. It has worked for me tremendously. That is to just hide the cue of your addiction. What is a cue? A cue is something that gives you a hint, or gives you just that spark that you want to do, that little bit of motivation that you want to do a certain activity. So let's say social media. So you get a message, obviously, and you just can't ignore the message. I know it's a human nature, we all want to see the message. So therefore we open Instagram, then we browse the stories, and boom, 30 minutes are gone, and we can't take back that time. So essentially the cue here is the message. And the thing that you have to do is you just have to hide the cue as well as possible. And the way you do that, especially with social media, you just delete the app. That's the thing I try to do, and that helped me cure my Instagram addiction. So I'm not saying I'm not going to that platform anymore, but I'm doing it occasionally when I want to, and not every single day. And it's not controlling me. That's the thing that I'm trying to say. Another example I can give you is the sugar intake, because I love sugar, I love sweets. And when I used to live with my mother, she was always buying sweet just to have that, you know, a little snack. And it was very bad, because when I see sugar I just go and take it. But now when I came to live here by myself alone, I decided to not buy sugar, just to see my reaction. So I realized instead of sugar I buy fruits, and therefore I see fruits, I get fruits. But the rare occasions when I bought sugar, man, I just eat whole packages of Oreos, let's say, which is pretty bad. Obviously you don't want to do that. So like when you hide it, then it puts a lot of friction between you. So let's say you want to eat sweets but you don't have in the house. If that's not a good enough reason to give up, then you really want to have sweets, but then you have to go to the shop. So there's a lot of friction between you and the habit, or not the habit, the addiction that you want, or the thing that the craving that you have. And therefore that friction may stop you as well. And if you really are able to go to the shop and buy sweets, then you kind of deserve it, if that makes sense, guys. So it's a lot of friction between you and the thing that you want to do. And essentially that in the long run, that will make you stop wanting to do that, because we are lazy. That is the human nature. We're lazy, and sometimes we want things that don't have a lot of action towards them. That's why success and getting money and getting social status, these things are hard and take time, and therefore they're not as pleasurable. They don't give us as much dopamine as possible. But guys, that is pretty much the tip that I wanted to give you. Just hide your cue as well as you can. That is like very powerful, and it has really worked for me, guys. Just try to hide the thing, just try to make it as bad as possible. These are all technique. I got it from a book from James Clear. It's called Atomic Habits. It's a pretty good, it's a bestseller, it's a pretty good modern book where he describes how to make good habits and destroy the bad ones. It's pretty more in-depth than this video could ever be, and I highly suggest you to read that book yourselves. But really, guys, that is the point of this video, to help you overcome the addictions, and that is by hiding them, by deleting the app, deleting the video game, and just putting friction between you and the prize that you want to acquire. But with that being said, guys, that is gonna be it for today's video. In order to live a better life, you just have to beat your addictions, because if you don't control your habits end up controlling you. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. I hope to see you next time. Peace, guys. Stay strong and stay confident.